Hey, what's good, YouTube? It's Brandon. Welcome back to my channel. What we have for you today is an Asian-inspired pork tenderloin sandwich. What we're going to do is we're going to season it up real well with some Asian spices, smoke it out on our Jumbo Joe by Weber, then we're going to make some amazing sandwiches with it. You want to see how, guys, we're back. I've washed off the tenderloins. As you see, when you take it out of the pack, you have two smaller tenderloins. So what we're going to do, we're going to season them. And I've got some Thai chili seasoning, Korean barbecue seasoning, and then we have some sriracha salt that we're going to use. So we're going to season them up real well, and then we're going to tie them so when we smoke them they cook evenly. So we're going to hit it, both of them. A little bit of that. This is the Korean barbecue seasoning. Then we're going to go with the Thai chili. Now the Thai chili has a little bit more of a kick to it. Pepper flakes and chili powder and different things like that. And this sriracha salt is sriracha powder and salt. It's really, really good. It definitely has a kick. You don't want to go super, super heavy, because this tenderloin is, fairly delicate piece of meat as far as handling, seasoning. It doesn't take much to season it up real well, but all right. So what you want to do is you want to take the big end of one and the smaller end of the other and butt them up against one another. That way when you tie it, it's even. So we've got a piece of twine. And what I like to do is go straight to the center. And this easy little knot, tied under 2 or 3 times. That way when you pull it, it stays. Just take another little knot, and that's it. And just cut the tag off. Just that simple. Okay, I'm going to finish tying up this tenderloin. The next time I see you, it'll be at the Jumbo Joe. See you in a sec. Back out here at the Jumbo Joe. We've had it warming up for about 15 minutes. And what we're going to do is we're going to put on one little hunk of cherry wood to get that smoky flavor that we want. It doesn't take a whole lot of wood in order to do it. So we're just going to put that in there. Probably going to have my grate a little unlevel, but it's okay. It'll still do what it needs to do. Then we're going to go ahead on and put on this tenderloin that we've had marinating for the past 30 minutes or so with that seasoning on it. And we're just going to put the lid down. Make sure you have the vents going this way. That way the smoke comes out of it. And once it reaches about 140 degrees, we're going to pull it. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. But we are going to marinate it and baste it with a General marinade or whatnot. So we're going, after about 15 minutes or so, we're going to come out with that base, and we're going to start basting a little bit. That way it can caramelize and get that sweet heat flavor that we're looking for. But we'll see you guys back out here in just a little bit. All right, y'all, it's been about 15, almost 20 minutes since we last saw each other. We're going to check on this tenderloin, and you can see how good it's looking. Doesn't take long, and what we're going to use is we have this General sauce that we're going to use to baste our loin with, to add to that Asian inspired flavor that we're looking for. So we're just going to pour just a little bit on, and then we're just going to take that brush and paint it real pretty. And we're going to do this a few times until this thing gets done. We're going to take it, and about another 15 minutes when we come back out to baste it, we're going to flip the tenderloin so the other side can get a little closer to this fire and get caramelized as well. It smells amazing. It looks good. So far, so good, guys. That's it. See you guys shortly. All right, y'all. It's been about an hour and 20 minutes. Came out and basted it every 15 minutes with that General Tso sauce. You can see the pretty color on it. I'm just gonna take a quick temp. Like I say, we're shooting for about 140 to 145 degrees, where it remains super juicy. And we're at 145. That's exactly what we want. I'm just gonna pull it off, take it in the house and let it rest for a little while. Then we're gonna assemble up some awesome Asian inspired sandwiches. So we'll go back in the house and let this thing rest, and then I'll see you at the cutting board. See you in a minute. All right, guys, we're back. We've let it rest 20 minutes. Now it's time to cut into it. Look at that. You can see how that sauce is caramelized on this thing and how pretty it is. But all there's left for us to do now is cut into it. Now, you remember we wrapped it earlier. So we're gonna try to get those, get that twine off of here. That way we can just go ahead and cut into it. So there's one. I'm not going to take them all off. I'm just going to take off the first three. And then we'll leave them on and just kind of take them off as we go. It's two. There's one more. Three. Say we smoked it to an internal temperature of 145 degrees. When you're doing whole cuts of pork, you can take it to 140. That's perfectly fine. It's when you do processed pork like sausage and polishes and stuff like that that you need to take it to 160 to 165. Go ahead and cut into it. We're just looking for probably just under 1/4 inch cuts for our sandwiches. And you can see it's super juicy. You can see a little smoke ring on there. So it did exactly what we were supposed to do. Let's just taste it. And it tastes phenomenal. You can taste that General Tso sauce that we put on there. Those Asian seasonings we put on that Korean seasoning, that sriracha salt. It's phenomenal. Super, super juicy. It's good. Now it's just left for us just to build up a sandwich real quick. Now what we did, we toasted some of that, just a regular hoagie roll. You can use whatever kind of bread you want. And we just laid it down on the grill to get some char and get a little toast on it. Then what we have, you can use an Asian slaw, but what I like to use, it's an Asian chopped salad. And I'd like to add a little red onion to it, so we added red onion to it. And it has of a sesame seed oil dressing on it. So that's what we made up, and that's the slaw we're going to use on this sandwich. It's kind of simple, nothing much to it. Just this slaw. Lay it down. Now we're going to add this Asian pork we just made. Let's heap it on there. And then just finish it off with a little sriracha. I like to use the Tabasco brand sriracha. It has more of a smoky flavor than regular sriracha, but you can use whatever you like, but I recommend the Tabasco brand. And just hit it with that sriracha. Uh-oh. See it. Let's dig in. That's it right there, y'all. Delicious. Try this recipe out if you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. Super easy, super simple, and delicious. Thank you guys. Have a good night.